I'm the owner of SKEPTIC Distillery and the founder. Founded this company about 5 years ago, although we didn't actually start producing anything until a couple years ago. Originally was a home brewer and was going to do a brewery, SKEPTIC Brewing Company. So I had this name, I had the question mark idea I wanted to use with it. I tried distilling some of my beers under vacuum and they tasted really good. So I thought there's something totally unique I could do. Make totally different types of whiskeys, because I didn't really want to get into something that I'm just competing with everybody doing the same stuff. So I want to kind of bring that kind of creativity into distilling. So we started with vodka and gin because those are like the quickest things you can get going. And gin was really my drink. I like the citrus forward ones. I tasted a few that had grapefruit in them, so I knew I liked that. I was kind of obsessed with mangoes at the time, so I still am. I just love that flavor. So I knew I wanted to put mangoes and grapefruit peels in it. And then I kind of used that base to build around. I knew it wanted to be like citrusy. I didn't really like the piney flavors or the herbal flavors. So I wanted to dial those down as much as I could. So I think like the result is really tropical flavors, less woodsy herbal stuff. The cool thing about gin is there's such a wide variety. Gin is kind of like an open book, as long as you have some juniper in it, and that's kind of like loose in and of itself. Mm-hmm. So you can really add any other flavors to it, so you can do a lot of interesting things. That's kind of what I liked about it. Finally landed on a recipe that I really like, figured out what I didn't like, trying a few different things. And yeah, that's kind of the origin of the gin. And the other thing about it, so doing the vacuum distillation, I distill basically at around room temperature. And I could actually set this up and distill to where it's forming ice on it. Like it can go below freezing, but things are more complicated after that, like how to get it out of the system and stuff. Because this has no air or pressure inside of it. So when you take all of that out, it lowers the boiling point of everything. So for the gin, I infuse all fresh ingredients into purchased ethanol, and then I distill that through this system, and it retains all the freshness of those ingredients and strips out any off flavors. So that's basically the vacuum distillation process. To do the gin and vodka, I'm actually doing the Ginquila right now.
Tell me about that. That's pretty unique.
Yeah, so the Ginquila, just talking to some workers next door that were telling me about cantarito cocktail. They're like, yeah, you should make something like that. And they told me what it was, and it sounded good. It was like very like citrus fruits, like grapefruit, lemon, orange, and limes. Kind of like a Paloma, like a home style one done in clay pots. Really like Latin American flavor. Came up with a recipe, then we age it in tequila barrels. Gives it like those kind of like vanilla and spicy notes from the barrel and that agave thing, but it's more subtle. It turned out to be pretty versatile. Like you can go in gin cocktails and give it something different, or tequila cocktails. It's very fruity. It's got some spice from the peppers that I put in it.
I like it. It's cool that we have a local distillery in Chicago now, and
yeah,
it's so unique. The Ginquila is really, I think it'll be something that goes off. And
yeah. It's kind of helping us differentiate, I guess, a little bit more than just doing like gin, vodka, whiskey,
create
all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and I do plan to do the whiskey, but we're gonna build a bigger version of this. Well, the other thing about it is it's continuous, so I'm not really limited by the capacity of it. I mean, we're available at a ton of different places. We're not at every Benny's. You can special order it and then they'll bring it in, but we're probably like a third of them. And a number of other places like Green Grocer. We're in 3 different Whole Foods now. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you soon.